All right, so we're going to be moving on from discussing Book of Boba Fett finale. Going to be discussing Peacemaker, the penultimate episode here. Also, let's try not to, because somebody told me like we spoiled too much, I guess, with the Peacemaker stuff, because they're watching it, weekly stuff. So it's not like, I guess, like Book of Boba Fett where we can do a lot of that.
Got
So,
it.
so with Peacemaker, we're going to try not to spoil
You
episode
got it.
7. So here you have a lot of elements culminating from what happened before. You have his father Robert Patrick going after him. Who's the White Dragon. You also have the police force who've all been taken over by butterflies. They're also coming after Peacemaker. Who, by the way, in the last episode, John Cena actually played the piano, "Home Sweet Home" from Motley Crue. That was actually him playing the piano. I'll find that out.
Oh, nice.
And then so you have kind of all those elements coming together there, all to try to kill him. And while they're in the midst of doing that, you also have to stop, which is called the cow, which is a source for the butterflies that you find out what it is in this episode. And also good return of Judo Master. Judo Master, who was gone the last couple episodes. He shows back up kicking some ass again. I always like to see him.
Sucker punching everybody in the face.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's yeah, that's always fun to watch him beat up people. That's just hilarious. But with this episode here, what were kind of your thoughts?
I thought, aside from some small cohesion issues between the editing, I thought overall the episode was still pretty darn good.
Yeah. Robert Patrick is the White Dragon, is Peacemaker's father. Really great. Really, really good playing a despicable human being.
With that mullet.
Oh yeah, with the mullet and the way it looks, and you learn. It also shows you more of Peacemaker's backstory, and you find out what really happened with him and his brother, which it gives me even more sympathy for him. Because it's like, yeah, I mean, what happened? It's like, because I thought it was at first this one way of kind of them messing around, but no, it was completely this other way. And I'm like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, it's completely
Things were gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm like, it's completely
You're
his fault.
yeah. You put two people who are trained you're trying to make trained killers. Something's gonna happen.
Yeah. Um, you also see, kind of, see that how in the last episode you see kind of the team come together. In the last, like I think it was episode 5, you really saw them kind of come together. But then you see a little bit of dissension there that happens. But then you see them kind of reconnect again because they was like, listen, we have to, come together for this common goal and the original purpose of why we're here and to stop the butterflies. And to see the whole team, kind of work together. I think all these people have great chemistry together. The whole cast does, and they all play off each other really, really well. And I guess you can really tell that a lot of them have fun, behind the scenes and, really kind of do joke around. Seems like a good chemistry, and good feeling on set. And, I think that really translates very well. What do you kind of think about that?
I think you can tell there's a definite chemistry between all the actors. I think that's very apparent.
Yeah. And I think it does, kind of a great job with that. And with this episode here, like I said, so I think that it does a great job really setting up the finale as well, and really setting up what the future of this team is going to be, whether there is going to be a season 2 of this show or not.
Yeah.
Because it seems like one of those shows that may or may not, just be purely limited. I don't know yet. I don't know what the plans are yet for this kind of series. And
it's been handling its actions and pacing as if this is like maybe a one and done.
Yeah, which is kind of maybe what I'm kind of thinking possibly. But I mean, you kind of have a lot of these who you could see pop up in definitely other things and provide like the character of Hardcore, I think is she's really great here, and I could definitely see her really being great in other stuff. And she has the mindset very much of like a like Peacemaker and like Vigilante of hey, I'm doing whatever it takes to hey to save whoever, you know what I mean, and for the
Right.
greater good. She very much has that mindset, and that's why she can very much relate to somebody like maybe like a Peacemaker or
Right.
Vigilante.
But she also has just enough balance where deep down she does have a moral compass and she doesn't feel good about taking innocent lives or betraying the people that matter. Um, there's an argument without spoiling anything. There's an argument between her and what's her character's name? I know the actor Ajula.
No, no, it's
Ajuela.
yeah, it's like a go.
Ajuela.
Yeah,
She they have like a whole moment of like what it means to be loyal and sometimes what if it means to like taking someone's life. And
Adebayo. Yeah, Adebayo is what it.
Adebayo, thank you, Adebayo. Yeah, it was just one of those. I slipped my mind, and they're just talking back and forth, and it's kind of like a oh. There was actually a couple of times in this episode where there like dichotomies brought up to people, and the way those people handled the dichotomies spoke a lot about their characters.
Mm,
Vigilante gets in a humorous way gets presented with a dichotomy, and he's just like, yeah, like you don't see like the kind of screwed up thing about that, and he goes, "It's like no."
yeah. Did you come up with a new diagnosis with him for this episode or?
Oh Lord, oh my God, it must be like a running joke at this point. They must. I don't know if they hear me when we do these because this brother just keeps getting worse. Uh, so he's definitely a narcissist, but now I'm wondering. I think last time I went with a he's a narcissist with psychopathic tendencies. I think he also has semi sociopathic tendencies as well. I don't know what he's doing, but he's definitely a narcissist. He's definitely in his own head, and he doesn't quite know what's reality. He's very self serving. He's very much considering himself, but he's also like extremely unobservant of the world. He in situations like he'll have something like, "Oh, I got to do this," and then he'll have like a brain fart like, well, what about we'll do this and then whatever. It's like, why would you do that? What would you think of? Well, because that way we could do that. And it's like, in no way, no one would ever thought to have done that aside from someone who's in their completely their own head. So, oh man, he just keeps getting worse, man. I'm throwing sociopathy back on the table. It's back on the menu, boys. He might have he might be a mix of psychopathy with sociopathic tendencies on top of it, but he's most definitely a narcissist in many regards, and he might also have ADHD because he keep his attention straight. I mean, possibly autistic attentions. I don't know, man. He's all over the place. He's like a grounded version of Deadpool without the fantastical nature of Deadpool's character by being Ryan Reynolds. So you can kind of make him charming. It's like you take the charm away from Deadpool. And he's just this, wow, you need help. You're really screwed up.
I think he's kind of charming in his own kind
He
of
is like a different
weird.
kind of charming. He's more like a goober.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Just kind of seems like very naive, but also very psychotic and everything like that. Like he's
Yeah.
got his own kind of charm working for him. Yeah. Again, like with this series, I'm loving every episode. I'm loving watching it. I can't wait for the finale. I think it's gonna be really, I think a really great finale, and to see how everything kind of ends. Do you think members of the team are gonna die?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I do. I think members of the team will have to die, or
Just for
possibly maybe have a fake out.
just for it to have
It's entirely
stakes.
possible. Yeah, it's entirely possible they might do a fake out. Like they'll have like a this character's dead, and then like they'll cut, and it's like a post credits, and they're like, hello, hello, I'm not dead. Shit, how the fuck do I get out of here?
That's very possible that they probably do that. That is very, very possible. Yeah.